I speak the truth and everybody knows. When you press play, it's educational. They want to shut me down with their fucking po-po. Restrict me from...
Check 1 2 1 2. Are we here, Frankie?
Oh, yes.
You hear us?
Oh, yeah.
You here? Are you rolling, Frankie?
You're rolling.
Frankie's rolling. He's got things
rolling.
going. So you got that over there.
Yeah.
You got this one over here.
We got this over there.
Great. So welcome to the Q-Niverse show. Here we are. My trusted friend Frankie over here.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you again, too. We've been living together for a couple days in a van.
Like 48 hours in the van.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's
like
pretty
it.
neat. We've been at Applebee's, sleeping there. We got a little tilted at Applebee's, and then last night we stayed at the Pheasant Lane Mall. Yeah, we were going to go to the Casino, but we ran out of gas because we were fucking totally dead. We were totally dead from the night before.
I think 7, 8, we were in bed.
Oh, yeah. 9:30, I text my wife. I was like, good night. Love you. And she was partying with her friends in fucking Sherbrooke. She's like, what? Yeah.
You okay?
Crazy, yeah. So today I'm here with Geoff Grondin, my nephew. We're like, I know that's weird, but if you're from an Indigenous family, you understand the weirdness. My dad had a lot of fucking kids. And my oldest brother, Jean-Guy, this is my nephew over here, Geoffrey Grondin, his wife, Heather, and his daughter, Gwen. So we're over here chilling out. We're going to talk a little bit. Geoff and I grew up together, fishing the little streams on Droken Road, running around the reserve, going to school together, doing all kinds of fun shit. And a few months ago, we found out, like it was a few months ago for me, but we're going to find out when we start asking questions and whatnot. But Geoff has Parkinson's disease. And so there's a lot of stuff to talk about around that, what it means and how it affects everything. And I've got a ton of questions that I want to ask. And because a lot of people take it as such a punch in the face, but I don't know if it's a punch in the face. We got to talk to people and understand it a little bit more. So here we go. Geoffrey Grondin in the house.
Whoa.
So how you doing, man? How you feeling?
I feel better now that I know what I was diagnosed with. And I have the information that I wanted to find out.
When did you find out you had this?
Just recently, I want to say last year, end of last year. Found out just by body movement, stuttering, motion, mobility. And I had a hard time putting my left hand in my pocket to grab my phone, to take it out of my pocket. It's a struggle. But most of the time it's just walking and just trying to get your, body movement, your body posture and, stuff like that that I'm getting used to. So at one point my whole facial was stiff. Like I looked like it was weird, like I had Botox.
Okay.
I was like,
cool. You were just looking young all of a sudden?
Yeah. But it was like no action. So now taking the medication that I'm on now, I mean, I did a lot of blood work. I did an MRI to see if there's anything wrong with my brain. Everything is normal. So I went to see a neurologist, see if it was something neural. And I went to go see a neurologist, and they asked me to stand up, walk in front of them. They did all kinds of procedures with my hands and body movement, how I'd react and stuff like that. And then he first told me that I had Parkinson. I possibly could have Parkinsonia, which is a family of Parkinson's. Okay. So that's what I thought I had first, and then I started doing the blood work and the MRI, and then they found out that I had Parkinson's.
Wow. Yeah. And like, what was the period of time it took before, like, you went to go see a neurologist and you got the test results back?
It took a while. For some reason, it took a while to get any answers. Luckily, they to get appointments around here it's tough to get appointments because the doctors are pretty busy. You have to be on the right schedule and wait. You're pretty much playing the waiting game. And then we had, luckily my wife, she said that sometimes they have somebody will cancel an appointment where I can get in sooner. That's what pretty much happened. So I saw a neurologist and then found out that I had Parkinson's.
In like, so when did you figure this out? Like, so you said there's like noticeable movements and things in your process. Like before you actually went to the hospital to go and talk to a doctor, when did you recognize any of those issues?
Just, going to the store or, trying to grab my phone, putting on my pants, stuff like that. Having a hard time putting my jacket on. It was always a struggle.
Okay.
And I used to have full movement. And my right's fine, but my left's like, why is it sticking? I have a hard time moving. So, yeah.
And that's
One of the things. So remember when we were at Foxwoods?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you know where I'm going.
Absolutely.
So
'cause-
Geoff has a very big personality wife and strong opinions,
yeah,
as you know.
absolutely.
And I've noticed changes in Geoff, and Geoff really wasn't ready to hear my opinion about that for a while. And I remember when we went to Foxwoods for Geoff's birthday and we were dancing, and Geoff doesn't, there was some difference in his, he's a pretty good dancer, and he was kind
Absolutely.
of struggling that night a little bit. And, we chatted about that. And it was that night, and with you and his cousin Chris's help and sharing some of the information with him to get Geoff to be a little more open about maybe I should go talk. Maybe there is a difference.
Can I talk about that a little bit?
Yeah.
That night, at that point, you guys did not know?
No, we didn't know. I felt like there was something neurological going on with him, but I don't. My background, I don't know a lot about neurology, so I don't have enough of the background to say, oh well, this is what's happening with him. But I knew something was off.
I want to come back on that a little bit. But that night that we went and partied in Foxwoods for your birthday, which is less than a year. Yeah,
it was
less than a year ago.
It was less
Your
than a year
birthday's
ago.
in May.
Yeah.
We went out. We had a great time. I was so happy to see you. We were, you know how we are. We're always happy to see you. My wife was there. We had a great time in the whole bit.
It was a blast.
But when we put the lights out and Melissa and I were walking back to our room together, I looked at Melissa, and you can verify this with Melissa. I looked at her and I said, Geoff's sick. I said, something's wrong. This is not right. Because growing up, Geoff, he's the greatest athlete I've ever met. And I've always played sports on different levels and different types of sports and whatnot, and could not fucking beat him at anything. He was a better fucking hockey player. He's a better fucking runner. He's a better ball player. He's a better football player. Every fucking thing he did, he was just a better athlete. I was like, this son of a bitch. and now when we went out that night, we're partying and dancing and whatnot. I'm like, this guy usually got better groove than me. Right now I'm fucking dancing a little bit, but I could tell in the offset of the step.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking something's wrong. But I wasn't sure at that point if you weren't telling me or if you didn't know and I didn't want to overstep. You know what I mean? It's it's a weird situation where you should tell somebody, I think something's wrong. Yeah. But I didn't, because I thought you were holding back from me. And I also respect people's. I'm not someone to pry. I never pry on anybody's business, right? So, and we've got enough people in our family who pry on other people's business that I don't feel I need to. But I kind of felt there was something off, and it's strange. So after that point on your birthday in May, you only went for the tests after.
We wanted to know.
But how much longer after last May?
It was June.
In June? Okay, so
It was the
within
first
a month.
blood work.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went for a lot of blood work. Like I said, I went for an MRI. I did another scan on my head. There was
CAT scan.
There's a CAT scan and an MRI. See if there's something going on with my brain.
Okay.
So everything was normal, and then there was something else. My doctor had said 2021 that I was.
Oh yeah. Well, I had noticed an anomaly in his blood work with an elevated granulocytes, which are immature white blood cells. But it was just an incidental finding.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything big.
Right.
But we noticed it. It had been going on since 2021.
Yeah.
Gwen, did you notice anything? Because I know that you're going to university, right?
Yeah, so that was...
So you see him more periodically and not
Right.
every day.
Yeah, so because I was at school so much and everything was so busy at school, like I felt like a little out of touch. Like when I found out about that, it was kind of like because I wasn't here, I felt like I didn't get to see those progressions. Same thing with like our animals having issues in the past. Like I felt like kind of detached from it. So like it frustrated me, especially because I'm in the medical, like I'm studying medical, that I couldn't, like, I guess, not that I would have observed it more, but like knowing that I'm studying and I'm shadowing neurology and everything like that, like it kind of just drove my focus a little bit more after finding out because I didn't genuinely realize. But then after I found out, I was able to like reflect back and realize that there were like little bits of signs that could have totally been like done and figured out beforehand with the diagnosis. So,
And I think that's something to point out too, right? A lot of people would think you're with him every day or you see him all the time. You should notice. And that's not how it works.
yeah.
Because the more you're around somebody, the less you identify changes.
Right.
Because everybody's
every day,
constantly
yeah.
changing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's one of those weird factors. But we see each other like every year. You know, like once a year. So for me, it was like a 1 year date from the last time I'd seen you on your birthday, and I was like, something's different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's important to point out because sometimes people think because you're both from the medical field.
Yeah.
You know, you're studying in medicine.
Like she was definitely keeping, I felt like she's very observant as I am on like little signs, especially when it comes to like, we live with him, my dad, you know, with everything like that. So now that I do know, like I definitely pick up a lot more.
Yeah.
And it just really pushes me with like studying and everything.
Yeah.
Doing more research and having him to just being able to like take care of extra and just like watch after him and everything. So
You know, like the dopamine and stuff like that. You gotta do the exercise, eat right. So I've been eating a lot more healthier now that
Right.
which I love.
She's a really
Yeah, for sure.
she's a health freak. So
yeah,
like,
and that's why it's kind of big to me too.
I get to hear about it all the time,
I might nag a little bit when
which
it
is
comes
fine.
to like.
I enjoy that.
But that's love, right?
Yeah, like I got.
Nagging is love. I know everybody don't want to hear that,
Yeah.
but nagging is love. It's truly one of those things. And prevention is
Key.
is a strong
It's yeah,
key thing, right?
and that's a big thing for me because especially like learning about all these new medications and everything, it kind of frustrates me when like just for an example with like obesity and stuff like that with the new drugs coming out, I feel like there's a lot of lifestyle changes that you can make, even though they're harder, they can be done.
Yep.
And I think that as a whole like population, a lot of people's focuses get shifted. So like that's why it was hard too when we kind of didn't think much of it at first because it's not like we're being made aware of the signs and symptoms like to a common knowledge when it comes to stuff like that. And so it's huge. And so it's kind of driven me like I've recently been more like healthy looking into like forever chemicals, what you use to clean your clothes and everything like that. And the pesticides and then hearing that could also be caused with Parkinson is huge because
Yeah, the doctor would ask me, "Do you work a lot with pesticides?" Like, no, I
which
mean,
are
I-
in most like a lot of foods,
lot of
unfortunately.
Yeah.
There's a lot of additives in our foods that aren't shown as a caution to us, especially recently with the preservatives just for the market, making it cheaper and more accessible for food. So that's another big focus that I want to do more research into as well because there's just so many factors that play a role. So
And so all of these factors that can contribute to Parkinson's disease, what's the hereditary factor?
yeah, that
Well, so the hereditary
talking about-
factor. So, fun fact in healthcare, when we say, "Oh, it's hereditary," the science behind that is somebody in your family had the same diagnosis.
Okay.
There may not be any genetic markers that you share.
Okay.
It's you were raised in the same environment. Maybe you were exposed to the same environmental elements, and now you both have this. Now the son has what father has, or daughter has what father has. But there is no direct correlation. So hereditary is just something that we came up with
Okay. Yeah.
to say it runs in the family. It's kind of like idiopathic. So that's another term in healthcare that we use that says, it's just a really fancy word of saying we don't know. So if you have like idiopathic seizures, they're saying we don't know why you have them, but we see them and you have them.
Really?
So there's a lot. I mean, science is science, but the thing about science is science has hypotheses and theories because we don't know a lot.
Yeah. There's
Which
There's a
nobody
lot to be
really wants to
researched.
hear that.
Educated
right?
guesses, but we don't know factually.
Right, exactly. We do our best.
Yeah, there's a lot we can do with like gene like mapping and everything, because there are different obviously patterns for different conditions that you can obviously figure out more into, whether it's like definitely hereditary or not based off of those patterns, which is definitely huge with like science and determining whether you should get screened early on, which is good for prevention. So there is that sense too that is really nice. Environment just plays a huge role, I feel like, with this, like what you grew up around when it comes to like exposure to any potential like toxins or the food you were eating and what you were around just definitely shapes it. And then also going further beyond that, like everybody's body behaves differently to different exposures. So then there's that role too. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into it.
Does this like now for you open up the interest to make sure you're getting tested now?
I wouldn't.
Like, is there like a testing that you can do if you're a family member for somebody who has Parkinson's disease?
I think I wouldn't like, for me, obviously, I don't see it as something that I'm going to have anytime soon if I were to have it. That's why like I am even being more focused on what I'm eating, what I'm introducing myself to, what I'm around, and doing more research in that sense, which is great. But that's really all the things that I can do for now. And then like I've had like a nerve entrapment, but that's not like has to do with Parkinson's, but it makes me more interested in learning more about just the nervous system and everything connected.
The neural part of it, yeah.
Right, because it's the basal ganglia that has to do with that, and that's like with your posture and everything. So I do enjoy being able to be learning about it so that I can correlate it with him, just to know about it, because I love to know everything.
Yeah, for
research
sure.
everything, even if I don't have to. So the most things I can do is just make sure my research that I am learning about it is backed up, there's evidence, know all of those parts, and then making sure I'm doing everything preventative that I can to prevent it.
Know
and
what to
everything.
expect.
So it's been like 6 months then that you know, or no, it's more than that. Since last June.
For him,
So it's
yes.
almost a year.
Yeah, it's almost a year, yeah.
Okay.
9.
Yeah, 9 months.
Doing math.
You're doing. He's counting.
9 months.
Frank's gonna keep us honest here. Yeah. He's gonna keep us honest. Yeah. In that time, have you seen like any degenerative things going on? Is it like, are you having like shakes more progressively, or any effects of?
Like the tremors, I feel
Yeah.
more in like my left hand, for example, when I get nervous and stuff like that, it gets worse.
Okay.
But I can it comes and goes, so I can control it. And they gave me, I have a ball that I squeeze it to help to calm it down. It actually seems to work pretty good.
Yeah, I made him ask.
That's
them for
great.
that.
Yeah, physical therapy.
So-
there's a lot of
yeah.
treatment.
I did physical therapy for I think 4 weeks, and my daughter suggested getting the ball because she saw the tremors in my left hand, so it actually strengthens the tremors.
Okay.
And it actually seems that we've been working out pretty good. So I asked the therapist, like, because they have the ball. He studies in Parkinson's, the therapy part of it, and he's like, "Oh, we got extra balls. I'll get you one." So I use it all the time.
Right, and it's just like a stress ball.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's pretty much
Right,
what it is,
it's-
stress ball.
Double win.
Cool. Yeah.
Relieve your stress.
Yeah, if you're stressed out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm learning something new all the time.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And like, there seems to be a lot of progression in the field of the study when it comes to Parkinson's disease. They're like, they have a pretty big team working on this.
It could be bigger, but I'm
Yeah.
never satisfied. so-
Absolutely. I don't think I'll ever be satisfied either. You know what I mean? Like,
But yes.
especially now, because I knew little to nothing. when we're growing up, we're big fans of Back to the Future, right?
Yeah,
Michael
I
J.
love
Fox,
J. Fox, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So when we found out about Michael J. Fox, I was like, what the fuck is this? But it like was, Hollywood moves so quickly. The movie scene moves so quickly. So if you're not fucking producing no more, boom, it moves on to the next character who's bringing in money for the box office, right? So we never really heard much from Michael J. Fox, except, but he's doing wonderful things, right? He's got these foundations and he's constantly battling through it. I appreciate the fact that he goes out in front of cameras and whatnot, not hiding anything, showing what the disease is and being proud of who he is and bringing attention and awareness to it.
Yeah.
So I see that there's things going on, but I feel like there's got to be more, right? Bring more and more attention to it. And it's wonderful.
You don't hear much about Parkinson's. I mean, this is the first time for us, but I'm reading up on Michael J. Fox, knowing he's had it since he was 29 years old.
Yeah.
And he's 64 years old now and still working with Parkinson's.
Yeah.
And he's actually from Edmonton, Canada.
Yeah.
So I've been doing.
I didn't know that.
He's another Canadian, man.
Yeah. So I've been learning he's Canadian. I didn't know that. But it's good. He's been battling since for a long time and actually he's still doing well. I mean, he's in a wheelchair and stuff like that. But I guess eventually you lose mobility, but it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm a physical, strong guy. I keep up and I exercise, stuff like that. So I think it makes a difference with the dopamine. You're gonna keep the high levels. To keep up with it, so you're not struggling all the time trying to move here and there, body wise and posture and all that stuff. It actually makes a difference doing the exercises.
Are you going to the gym now? Are you going like?
I finally started going to the gym.
Okay.
I mean, I missed out when I was a kid. I used to be full of energy, doing all the exercising, playing soccer. I actually don't do that anymore. All I do is physical work. So I got away from doing the exercises. So I'm 48 years old now, and I went to work out the other day. It actually felt great.
Yeah.
Running, legs, abs. I still can do all that. I actually thought to myself, like, wow, I miss doing all that stuff. Like I should be doing more what I should be doing right now versus doing physical work.
Yeah, and it's a pretty addictive thing, eh? Once you start going to the gym.
Yeah.
The gym is a great place. I got to go at least, if I don't go to the gym 3 times a week, I'm depressed.
Yeah, it's true.
I really am.
It's really huge for like your overall health, mental and physical.
Yeah,
absolutely. What gets released to like all of that, it's really great. It's great for so many preventative like conditions and everything, or just helping manage them.
Right.
So yeah, it's huge.
That's great, man.
Exercising is awesome, yeah.
Yeah, I hear him running up the stairs now. I love it. It's great.
It is the kicker. So I work. So I work with the molding company. I pack up molding, stuff like that. So I'm lifting all the time, and I'm doing the exercises in the aisle where there's nobody looking at me doing the exercises.
Right.
But I caught one person looking at me like what is this guy doing? I was like, oh shit. I'm doing what my therapist told me to do. My therapist told me to do. I'm doing the extra exercises instead of doing it at home. I'm doing it at work.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
That's cool. So you're actively working all the time.
Oh yeah. I still work.
How many hours a week are you still working?
I work 40 plus
Holy Christ.
a week. Yeah.
Okay.
So in the summertime, it's more I do landscaping on the side versus being a vendor on for my full-time job.
Right.
So.
And it hasn't affected any relationship at work with the people that you're working with and in the areas?
No. Since I've been on the we upped the medication, the stuttering, the body posture and stuff like that. I'm not as stiff anymore. I'm more alive. Okay. So it's been helping out a lot more. So.
And what kind of medication are you taking?
It's called Riv or something like that.
Requip. He's on a very, very low dose.
Okay.
So, like anything, when it says we all get older.
Yeah.
We end up on medications, guys. Like, it's going to happen. I don't care if it's cholesterol medication. You're going to end up on something.
Yeah, I'm on heart medication and on Cialis now, too.
But, because we caught it so early, like, that's what everybody keeps saying to Geoff is, like, wow, you came in much earlier than most people that we see. you were in here, so we're able to start things early on. But with that comes, let's make sure we're keeping those doses low. Because the longer you take it, the more apt you are to having side effects, right? So it's all about balance, just like everything else in our lives, guys. So he's on a very, very low dose. He doesn't take a dopamine replacement medicine.
Okay.
But that's an option sometime down the road. So there's plenty of treatment available to kind of manage the symptoms. But there's no cure, but it's all about managing the symptoms.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why being active is great too, because it doesn't revert to medication. Once
Yeah,
that,
but you naturally bring up the dopamine.
Like if you're able to have implement those into your life, it's great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I was looking at I got notes here, but these are not like notes for questions. It's just like things that when I was doing my own research, of course, when I found out like my best friend's fucking got Parkinson, I want to know as much as I possibly can to see if I can find some needle in the haystack to help out. Like I'm always gonna be there, right? Yeah. But I was looking at that deep brain stimulation stuff. So you guys obviously must have seen something about it.
I have not spoken about that to anybody in my family.
Okay,
because it sounds scary.
It does sound scary. Have you seen anything about that?
So
the deep brain.
So he's like, well, I don't know what you're
Yeah. They go,
It's the first I'm hearing about it. I know I went for an MRI and a CAT scan for a reason.
So it sounds really scary. But Gwen, you've had firsthand experience with the DBS through your neurology or no?
No, just shadowing with like the info about it.
Yeah, so it sounds really, really scary because you're like, what? You think of like aliens probing your brain, and but it is invasive, but it's a minimally invasive procedure. And what's happening at the neuron level is, first of all, you have decreased dopamine, and in addition to that, the dopamine receptors that you do have are blocked to receive the dopamine. So the DBS is able to kind of get rid of the junk and like add some stimulation in there for you on your behalf to try to and I have not had any personal experience with it, but I have done research on it, preparing myself to be able to prepare my family someday. And the results so far have been amazing results.
That's what I've seen.
You go from being in a wheelchair to getting up and running down the street with DBS. So it's really remarkable. It's still kind of like, I wouldn't say it's in its infancy, but I would say it's kind of like an adolescent or a teenager.
It's pretty new. It's
pretty
like in the
new.
last year and a half.
Yeah,
right?
it's pretty new, but they've done testing and stuff before they've brought it out. So right now it's probably like a school age, middle schooler.
I think it's the great
but it's looking
starting blocks,
really good.
right?
The side effects are almost zero.
Yeah.
Of course, there's risk to everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's promising. And they do a lot of it right here in Boston.
Yeah, I've seen that too. And
It's
that's
like
why I
right
sort of
here in my
bringing it up.
backyard. For those of you that don't know, we live 45 minutes from Boston.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and
They're almost mass holes here.
almost. But no, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Not gonna
Never
happen.
live there. I work there, but I could never live there. And because I work there and because I'm in healthcare, I do have some people that can kind of help us out and get us connected to the right people.
Yeah, I was just wondering about that. And in terms of expenditures and whatnot, do you know anything about that? Like how much would a procedure like that potentially cost in the US?
Well, okay.
Yeah.
You mean like for an MRI? Or?
These are things
this
that
is like a surgery. They put like these electrodes.
So my answer to my family when people ask me this is what I tell my family is it doesn't matter what the cost is because at the end of the day we can all live in a paper bag.
Yeah.
There's
But
a cost to everything.
here we're talking tens to
Yeah.
maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll raise that money, man. That's cool. Yeah, what do I gotta do? You give me the street corner, man. I'll work on that. Yeah, I still got 10 good years in me, y'all. You understand that?
But it's
Come
hard.
get some
You
of
don't
this.
put I mean, yes, here we do put a price tag on health and things like that, but in our house we don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and in this family we don't.
No, that's right. We do
Let's
not.
make that clear.
We do not.
In this family we don't. Whatever
don't.
way we
find
can
a
to make
way.
things.
Yeah.
We will.
We find a way.
We'll find a way.
Yeah.
That's good, man. I'll be, I got some Irish roots, so I'll come around back Boston and I'll start playing the spoons, doing a jig and fucking You know, doing a dance on St. Patty's Day in South Boston. Why not?
Oh, let's do it. I'll sell tickets.
I'm ready to go.
I'll be your promoter.
Whatever we got to do to make it work, man. It's cool. Yeah, man. So how do you see things unfolding? Like, how do you feel about things? Are you feeling positive? You feeling like, because it's overwhelming, right? Nobody can imagine what it's like to be told that type of information, right? Only the person who's being given that information can understand. But how do you feel about it, and how do you process it?
It's definitely challenging some days. It's like an off and on kind of thing. I'm able to think about things to calm it down. Like the mornings when I'm taking a medication, it makes me tired. I don't have the energy, but I push through it because I have to I have to work and stuff like that. But by working and twisting and turning and lifting and stuff like that, make sure that I have hands on. It makes a difference. If I'm just standing around doing nothing, I feel like crap.
Okay.
Yeah. But overall, I actually feel pretty good. Yeah. There's been a lot of interesting, ways of trying to figure things out because it's all new to me and to the family. And I love to learn. I'm usually quiet, but I think I've been very vocal a lot more.
One of the things that I said, Geoff and I went away last night, another Avenger of ours, and we were driving, and I looked over and I'm like, the way he handles things like this, he handles it better than I ever could on my best day.
Yeah.
Like he just takes it in stride and he stays so positive. And then I look back at like the 20 plus years that we've been together, and this is who he's always been. Like he's been that positive person for me on my behalf. When I was like, oh, the world is awful, we're all going to die, doom, gloom, blah, blah, blah. Geoff has always been the one that's like, no, it's not so bad. Look over here.
We'll be all right. Just grab
it's going to be fine. Exactly. Just have a drink. You need another drink. And then we're going to be fine. Yeah. And, and I was just thinking about it yesterday driving up to North County, and I was like, God, like he's such an inspiration. Like if more people could face things. I mean, he's not in denial. Like he's facing it, but he's facing it and going, I choose to make the best of this.
Yeah.
And I can confidently say that comes from a winner's perspective.
Yes.
You've constantly been a winner.
Yes.
Like anytime we played sports, anytime we did anything, like he's constantly a winner. And I think that's part of a mentality, right?
The mindset's
to
huge.
win, you got to mind over matter, mind over matter, mind over
Don't
matter.
give up.
That's right. So some people, to be in a race, to be running, we used to fucking run a lot, man. You'd be running and running. But the moment you listen to your body saying I'm tired is the moment you start losing.
Yeah.
So you just break through it.
Yeah.
You follow me, and you've always had that mentality.
I've always been on the go and I wanted to go further.
Yeah, that's it. Faster, faster,
I was
faster.
always challenging myself.
Yeah.
And it makes a difference.
Yeah, and I think that you bring that same spirit to facing these, these
challenges,
things that you're dealing with right now, and you bust through it.
Yeah.
So it's
We call it now these days. We're going with the flow.
Yeah.
Flow state.
What do we say?
Flow.
Oh, we say balls deep.
Yes.
Balls in deeper.
Balls deep is one thing we're always saying.
Balls
man.
deep or balls in deeper?
Yeah, balls deep. How we going? We're going balls deep, man. We're going all the way.
You're going to think positive. Positive all the way.
That was one of our big adventures we did recently, was go on a cruise and being in the water. Like, you have to be flow. And it was honestly a great lesson, I think, for all us and my sister, is we kept being like, oh, flow. Just relax. Because I think we realized that while saying that little comment, we realized that I think a lot, we do really just need to relax. It helps you enjoy a lot of more parts of your life and just not stressing about things you have no control over. So I think that's great. And him being our flow pretty
He
much
is
our
our
whole
flow,
life,
yeah.
has been huge for us being able to be even better supporters for him, because it's like, if he's flow, we got to be flow. Like
That is
so,
poetic the way you
it's
put it,
great.
and it's absolutely true. It's a poetic way of putting it, and you're absolutely right, because there's nobody I know who can take things in more flow than
Yeah.
Geoff, right?
Yeah.
It's like he make things fucking move, and it's cool. That's I'm really happy to hear that.
yeah.
Got to make it work.
Yeah.
Stay positive and smile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Geoff on a cruise, the only man with 6 women. Sound familiar? Some things never change.
They call me
They were
King
calling him
Geoff.
king all over the
King
cruise.
Jeff.
King Geoff.
King Geoff.
Hey.
Even the waiter's like King and King Jeff.
Aram.
It's great.
That's
was
great,
fun.
man.
That was fun.
I got some questions too about outside of that. Like, do you like take advantage of any support groups or any of these things? Do you get involved in any of those things?
Not really.
No, because I see like there's like Facebook support
There's a
groups
lot,
for
yeah.
people who
is
have
great.
newly been diagnosed with many different things, whether they're being diagnosed with cancer or Parkinson's disease and whatnot. And I can't help it. I got to look into all of these things, and that's how I am. I'm always digging in there. But and I see there's all of these groups, and they seem to be pretty good and effective.
Yeah.
Just in terms of people processing and getting through and having tools from different places. So I was just curious if you were taking advantage of those things, and if not, why not?
Well, the only thing I look at is knowing my body and what I need to do. I seem to work it out on my own, and with family talking and stuff like that makes a difference. But I'll go on social media and just recently went check out Michael J. Fox and Harrison Ford on one of the TikTok reels. It was actually pretty cool. I think there's a movie with Harrison Ford. I think he's got Parkinson's. He's finding out he's got Parkinson's.
Yep.
And stuff like that. I learn a lot. Just looking at Michael J. Fox's presence, what he's done over the years, and still living. It's a huge deal. But I should look into other aspects of Parkinson's. For example, one of them is boxing.
Right?
The techniques,
Yeah.
the
There's a
moves.
Parkinson's boxing program
Yeah.
locally that
Makes total sense.
I heard about that from my physical therapist, which he knows somebody that he can refer me to if I was interested, just to try it out. And I did a little bit of sparring with him, the movements side to side, stuff like that. Actually, it's pretty interesting.
Right.
That's the newest stuff that I've been learning so far, but I'm sure there's more to learn.
Yeah.
Like
I would love to see you get more involved in all of these things that are available. Just because I think medically there's like a limit of what can be done, like of what they can do.
Yeah.
And then after that, there's a lot of alternative stuff, right? If we're talking about diet, exercise,
Right.
But knowledge is another thing that is so
Access.
important to have. And not only that, I'm when I say that, I don't mean it's just about stuff that you can learn from, but I think that you have a lot to offer to other people going through it because you have a strong mindset. And I would see you more as a leader into helping people get through these issues.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So like not everybody who's diagnosed with Parkinson's disease probably is not the athlete that you were, or the strong fucking the mindset you have. You're a winner, so you drive in that direction all the time.
Yeah.
I think you have a lot to offer to other people going through it. You know what I mean? You can learn as you go, but you've got a lot to offer to other people too. And I think that in any community we're in, And I think it's kind of a community, right? Especially when there's no cure for something. Everybody who is affected by that becomes a member of that community in trying to find a way to get through it properly. And I think that you're a strong member of the community. And I'm throwing it out there. I ain't telling you what to do. I don't tell nobody what to do. I just share my opinion on things, right? But I think you should consider that stuff. And I know because I've already looked through like several different places and spotted them out. And I'm like, man, Geoff, you would fit so good in these places. It's like you would, and even like yourselves, right? Like you live with two fucking smart people in the medical field, right? So it's like crazy. And there's a lot to be said. There's a lot of conversation that has to be said or had around the fact that anybody involved in caretaking for somebody who's going through something also needs that support, So that's something you got to be aware of also. So if ever you're feeling overwhelmed or anything, give me a text or something, Be like, you know what? I ain't got time for this shit.
That's exactly how I would say it. That's how I would say it too. Like, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. I'm over it.
But I mean, like, there's a lot to be said about that because it's a whole new world. But like, I'm always here.
Yeah.
That like I'm not that far away. And I love you, and we're best friends, and that's fucking do or die, and that's till the day where we die, And anytime you need a fucking thing, man, I'm gonna hop in my van, I'm gonna drive down here, and I'm gonna be here, Yeah, if ever you need to get away or do something, or it's just like fuck, I've had enough. Jump in the fucking van, man. Let's go for a drive. Let's go fishing.
It's good. It's good to have family where you can reach out to and process it, and it's like I know who I can call and reassure me and. Word of mouth and just speak in my ear.
And you got a lot of people that love you back home. You know that, right? A lot of people supporting it. Like when we talked to, we had just posted out that we're going to come down here and talk to you about the situation, I had like Walter messaging me and like other people messaging me. Like, make sure you fucking spread that love, man. Make sure everything's good. I'm like, yeah. Fuck you, I ain't telling them shit. I'm telling you stuff. You want to say that shit, you say it yourself, man. Fuck that. You drive your ass down here, man. I drive my ass down. You do the same thing. Fuck you.
It's true, though.
Yeah, but, there's love there, right? All the time.
Yeah. And I know that, and I appreciate all people that care and talk and, call me and, hey, how's it going? It makes a huge difference when it comes to family and friends from both worlds, from the United States part and the Canada side. It means a lot to me.
Sport helps with healing, having that system versus being without. I think that's why support groups are great too, especially for people who feel a lack of that. Yeah. So I think support is great for whatever needs you meet.
Not everybody gets the support that they need,
but it's huge.
But family is huge.
It goes into mindset again too.
Doing the adventures and talking to each other and, getting together once a month or maybe more than that. It makes a huge difference in your family life. No, people don't do as much family stuff now these days because they're too busy doing their own thing or, but there's always time for your family.
Love is a powerful medicine too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, makes the world go round.
Yeah, man. We be chasing it around. Looking for love all the time. Sometimes I'm looking for it in the wrong places.
I don't know if that's love.
That's why you don't
I think you're looking for something other than love.
Nah, I'm too old to be looking for love. Man, I'm too old for that now. Yeah, no thank you. I got enough love in life. I'm good. I need enough love. I got enough love. I got enough hate too. Believe it or not, I got enough hate.
There's a thin line.
You got to expect it.
It's all love.
Yeah. Right. It's what you focus on. It's what you put on it.
That's cool. That's cool. Is there anything that you want to touch on that I haven't touched on? If there's anything you want to really...
I just think the neural part of the body people should learn about. It could just hit you just like that. And if you don't catch it right away, it could affect your whole, demeanor on life. So, being 48, good time to find out.
You're young.
Yeah, still young. Yeah.
He's lying. He's actually 30. So.
He's in his 30s. Yeah. Yeah. But I think that's an important message to put across, that as soon as you start feeling a little off, that you should go to the doctor.
Yeah. And me being very thick-headed, I mean,
Slightly.
You said it.
Slightly.
I didn't say it.
Yeah.
just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But it's always good to listen to your wife.
That is a lesson. That is a podcast on its own, dude. That is a podcast on its own, dude. I don't know if we'll ever get into that one.
We might cut this part.
You know what? We're gonna do that podcast with my wife and your wife. And you and I are gonna sit there. We're gonna be quiet and we're just gonna drink and let them talk.
Oh, that would be a great time. Sign me up.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, and Frank is just gonna be there. It's like, oh my god, what the hell are we recording right now?
Drink some more.
Yeah.
I'll go there.
Oh man. Yeah. That's right on, man.
Yeah,
So,
I think the biggest part is learning the neurology part of your body.
Yeah.
Everybody's is made differently. Push through it. Don't give up. And enjoy life.
Yeah.
also, I want to point on something. So you went for tests, seen the doctors, they found nothing, and you pushed to get more tests, right? Is that what happened?
Well, I might have pushed.
You might have pushed a little bit, yeah. So the
Just
hard-headed
because,
wife came in too, right?
Well, she
healthcare is hard.
knows the ins and outs.
It's very healthcare is very, very complex, or obtaining healthcare is very, very complex for us. And so you call a doctor. If you're going to see a specialist, there's not enough specialists, and the cost of a specialist is very, very high. And so they're like, okay, we'll see you in 6 months. And I said, no, you're not going to see him in 6 months.
Right.
These are new symptoms. But for somebody who's not in healthcare, you're not going to challenge the doctor, right? Like, you're, like even though it wasn't the doctor that we were talking to the secretary. But in society, you're like, well, that's what they said, so I must be fine. I should wait 6 months. No, you should not. If you have new symptoms, right. And so I kind of got a little pushy and a little bossy, and I'm not afraid to be unliked. And so I might have made some of the employees there not a fan of me. And I'm okay with that. Yeah. Because when you love somebody, you do whatever it takes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's important for people to understand out there too. Sometimes when you feel like something's off and you go to the doctors and the results don't necessarily explain why you're feeling like that, that you should push a little harder to make sure you get the answers you deserve, right?
Honestly.
I mean, he had a physical while he had these symptoms.
Right.
And he got a clean bill of health.
Really?
And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. So these things can go undetected sometimes over a GP is not looking for that, right? So it's
that's why they do all the testing, like the blood work, the MRI. They want to make sure that it's not something else.
Like sometimes you even have to be the one asking for the blood work.
certain things.
I think learning your body, and even though it's not something you think is important, everyone's just going their way around life. Like it's a great skill to have, because then you can be a better advocate for yourself in your future.
Smart kid. You got a fucking smart kid there, man.
Ask questions. Don't be shy.
Christ, man. She's going to be a doctor, right? It's an honor.
I hope so.
Jesus Christ, you got a smart one there. I'll be coming to see you. I'm like, I fell down the other night. My knee hurts. It's like, Uncle, you was drunk again.
Here, we'll rehydrate you.
Did you drink water?
Yeah. Have you eaten anything in the last 3 days? Beers? Yeah, that's great. It's so nice to have you here and having a conversation with you.
I'm really happy to be home finally after being away for school. It's great being home, especially having my support system while studying and just being back at home. It's great.
That's awesome. wonderful. Always nice seeing Heather.
Always nice seeing you.
Always
too.
nice chilling out and talking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And of course,
King.
Lots
King.
of
of
love.
course,
King
Lots of
Geoffrey.
King Geoffrey.
Lots of love, guys.
King
Thank you
Lots of
so
love.
much for sharing today.
Thank you, Frank.
The objective today was not to have like a give information on medical advancements or anything like that. It was really about having a personal conversation within the family about about Parkinson's and where we move forward from that. And this won't be the last conversation we have about it.
No.
For sure. I think it's something that needs to be discussed
about,
a little
yeah.
bit more and more. I know on my end, I plan on, in different platforms that I work in, try and bring, I want to bring more awareness about the issue. I want to raise funds, do what I can to contribute in order to, improve life, make things better, right? Because if it's affecting you, it's affecting me.
Absolutely.
100%.
You need anything, give me a call.
I need another beer right now. How's that?
Beer it
Another
is.
beer?
Stagehand.
Stagehand.
Get a beer.
Well, I think we can wrap it up right there. Frankie, once again, thank you so much,
Thank
brother.
you, Frank.
Thank you,
Frank's
Frank.
over here. Like I said, if I didn't have Frankie here, I see all of this equipment. I can't even run a toaster, So it's super cool. Frankie keeps us up and going.
Yeah.
Jeff, thank you so much for taking up on the opportunity right away, because I wasn't sure how it was going to be when I reached out. I was like, he might say, fuck you, man. I'm not talking about this shit. And
Never.
the family joining in is just wonderful.
Yeah, totally.
And any chance we get to hang out, man, that's what we do.
Best
Love
times. Thank you.
you. All right. Peace. Up the multis.
Thank you so much.
I speak the truth and everybody knows. When you press play, it's educational. They wanna shut me down with their fucking